Hi guys, welcome back to Posing Posies. My name is Sarah Posey and I'm excited to just share with y'all what's been going on here in the garden lately. So I am from Central Arkansas and a big inspiration for me has actually been Roots and Refuge. If you haven't seen them, definitely recommend checking them out. Jessica and her husband and little family is just amazing and kind of what I'm striving for a little bit as far as homesteading. I'm obsessed with her rise and shine, and getting out there and just doing the best you can every day, and I just really, feel a lot of that. I'm a full-time working mom, and so I'm in the business of staffing, which I personally love. I always thought I would be a stay-at-home mom, and then because of just different circumstances that happened, I found myself working, and it has been an amazing experience for me. I've enjoyed it. I never thought I would be someone who loved working as much as I do, and I really do enjoy it. I like helping people and I like seeing different people and hearing different stories all the time, and so it's a big plus into what I'm doing. But I would be lying if I said that that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I've always dreamed of having a small farm, and I've always really loved animals and flowers and gardening. It's not something that I really was big into as a teenager or a kid really, but always fascinated more because of my parents. Now we have our own house, our yard. You can see behind me. I'm currently in our screened-in porch, which is just very helpful. We have a lot of mosquitoes where we live, and they love my blood, so a screened-in porch is a necessity. But we live in the middle of the city, and we have about half an acre. I'd like to think that we're starting our true urban farm homestead here, and this will be our first little experiment of it. And from there we can see what happens. I like to always joke that I married my husband for his land, but he doesn't want anything to do with it. I think I'm slowly changing his mind, so we'll see. I've already made some mistakes this year in the garden. I think that's part of growing. That's one reason why I really wanted to do this channel anyways, and kind of just take you along with the journey with me. It's more for me than for anyone though, so I don't make the same mistakes. But I might as well help a few people out if they're going through the same thing. So this year for my garden, I did mainly, completely all except for my strawberry boxes in bed or in ground gardening. And so with the help of my dad, he helped me till everything up. We put some lime and some ash and everything to get the soil good. But the people who owned our house before us years ago, probably 30 years ago, maybe 25, 30 years ago, they had an amazing garden with watermelons, cantaloupe, corn, anything you could think of. And so I'm hoping that we can recreate that here, and it'll just be a slow process. Our house itself was abandoned for probably 10 years before we got here, and the yard is really starting to get new life in it, which is just great. Seeing it from when it was nothing and watching it grow into something has just been something truly outstanding. We went from having a small section of our yard called Abbeytown that was just fenced off for our dogs to having our entire backyard fenced off and ready to go. Another addition that we have is bees. We got them officially 2 weeks ago, which that has just been an experience in itself. We have all of the gear, well, not all of it, we're getting more. I learned the hard way that bee pants are definitely a necessity, at least for me. I've been stung twice, both times in the back of my legs, particularly near my buttocks, and I would like to not have that happen again because Jess might have had 13 stings in her private area. I would like to have none, and so I'm gonna learn from her mistakes, and I'm gonna stop trying to go out in sweatpants, yoga pants, and all that, and I'm gonna wait until I have the right bee pants to feel comfortable. Now my husband, he enjoys the bees. He says he doesn't like working with them, but every night he's out there looking at them, and so it is a really cool thing to have those bees around. Watching them fly and go in, it's just been honestly an experience in itself. We have fencing. We decided to put our bees in their own area and their own fence with the chickens so that they really are left alone and by themselves. The dogs don't mess with them, the kids don't mess with them. I was a little concerned about that at first, and honestly it's proven to be the best idea. It was my dad's. He helps me a lot. He's really teaching me his ways of doing it in the yard. Not that I think that that's always the best, but he's been right about a few things now, so I'll start to listen maybe a little bit more. The first mistake that I've done this year is with the rows that we tilled up about 2 months ago. I planted seeds for my cut flowers and covered them with straw and hoping that they would all sprout up. Planted seeds hoping that they would all sprout up and be good as the ones that I started inside and got planted, but that wasn't the case. They did not. I had actually only 2 flowers come up. They were 2 cosmos seeds, and they are beautiful and they did take, but out of the 20 that I planted, out of only having 2, that's just not gonna work for me. And so we just re-tilled that up, and we got some landscaping fabric put down. We're gonna blow holes in it once the seeds get started, and I'm just gonna start all of those. And right behind me actually, we'll have the lights set up and we'll get it going, at least till I get some little sprouts. And we're gonna try this route and see what it does, if it's a little bit better. All of the things that we started in the greenhouse in early February, March has now been in the garden for about a month now, and they are looking fantastic. I actually got my first little bundle of flowers, this little posy from the cut flowers, and it's beautiful, but just not quite where I want it to be yet. So this year is just all about learning, and I can't wait to show y'all what it'll be next year. So to make things a little bit easier next year, I'm gonna have to do preparation this year, and so one thing that I've decided to do is dot journaling. I'm kind of excited for it and a little nervous. It's something I've never done before, but I'm hoping that it'll kind of help keep me motivated and help keep things going in the right direction. And so I'm going to plan out the garden in there. I'm going to draw it out. I got this nice little one today on my lunch break. It's called a bullet journal, and it comes with an index along with instructions on how to do a bullet journal, which I have now read, and I think that I will definitely do what they suggest, along with some little tweaking to be for the garden and not just a to-do list. But I'm excited to see how this goes. It has three little tab dividers, and so I think I'm going to do one for goals, one for the actual garden, and I'm going to kind of try at least to draw out how it looks. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. And then one for probably monthly tasks. I do live in the city, so there's a lot of outside noise that I'm just not, I would say I'm used to it. My dogs, however, they're not a huge fan, and so if you hear them, I do apologize. And then also, just since this video, I was hoping to get some seeds started tonight, but you know, working mom, things don't go as planned, and that's okay. But one thing that I did do over the weekend, which I'm very thankful for because it'll make this, even whenever I do start seeds, go so much smoother. I've got all my stuff separated and with markers, and so that'll make things a little bit easier. And so these are my cut flowers, and then along with the cut flowers, I'm gonna do some zucchini, because none of my zucchini took, and that's okay. It might be too late in the season, but learning process this year. That's what this year is all about, is just learning and growing. So zucchini, I'm gonna do some more pumpkins. I'm going to do some more watermelon. I got the Georgia rattlesnake watermelon seeds, and so they're supposed to be these really big long watermelons, but we'll see. It might really be a little too late to get those going, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. We'll figure it out. Next year will be a whole lot better, at least I hope so. That's what I'm going for. So along with all of these zucchini seeds and pumpkins and watermelons I'm going to be doing, I'm also going to do okra, cantaloupe. I have some, they're sweet, oh yeah, a sweet banana pepper, and so I'm real excited. I got those from actually our local seed library in the town right over from us. I'm a part of the Urban Farm Project, or I try to be as much as I can. I'm probably the worst community gardener ever, but I'm learning. I'm striving for better, and that's what it's all about. But a part of the program that they have at our local library, is they have a seed library. And so part of that is you get seeds, you grow, and then you bring seeds back. And so that's what I'm gonna enjoy doing this fall, or this year. I'm gonna try my hand at seed saving anyways. It's a way that I can not only use our community and use the resources that I have, but also give back a little bit and contribute to what's going into our community. So I'm very excited to have those seeds and get those going. Hopefully this week I'm going to be planting just a little bit every night, so it's not too overwhelming for me. The goal is that while I'm doing this is to film and kind of go through the different seed packages, not only for you, but for me to look at later on. And so hopefully it's not only helpful for me, but for you too. And with that, it's getting late and it's getting dark, so I'm going to wrap this up, and I hope you'll have a great night, and I will talk to y'all later. Adios.